This is Behind His Mask, a Casey Faith Suspense Thriller, Book 3, written by Rylie Dark, read by Olivia. Prologue. Where was the road? Was he lost? Disoriented, confused, and strangely scared in this hazy black-and-white darkness, Thomas Rivera staggered forward, wincing as his ankle twisted. He wasn't sure if he was on the snow-covered side road, the sidewalk, or on a different path altogether. It was freezing cold. Taking this shortcut after a heavy snowfall suddenly didn't seem like such a clever idea. After the warmth of the bar, this chill was sinking into his bones. Winter on the Jersey coast seemed harsher every year, and out on the Greenpoint Peninsula, this northern side seemed to attract the worst of the weather. Or maybe it was him, getting weaker, getting older, or something else. Too much alcohol thins your blood. Words of warning from someone he'd once loved, then forgotten and remembered, ebbing and flowing in his mind as he stumbled over something. He wasn't sure if it was a rock or the curbside, or just a solid drift of snow. The words stuck in his mind, and he remembered how she'd spoken them, in a light-hearted, joking way with only an edge of seriousness. But that had been years ago, and during better times. For a while he had thought he could get those times back again, but that hadn't happened. He relied on his crutch, hard liquor, whenever life smacked him down, and there had been a few of those smacks recently. The shock a few weeks ago that he'd heard about from a friend. Then, the weird, threatening note that he'd found a week ago, lodged into his front door's keyhole, so that he'd had to tug it free and straighten it out with shaking hands to read the printed letters. You caused it. He wasn't even sure what it was, although he had his suspicions. He'd shown nobody the note and had crumpled it up as tightly as he'd found it before tossing it away. But the words had lodged in his mind like a thorn, and he had started drinking again, even more heavily this time. He knew it was dangerous to drive in his state of drunkenness. That was another truth that had stuck in his mind as he'd veered away from his car, not climbing inside, but instead heading on the mile-long walk that would take him back home, to the tumble-down house that his grandparents had owned, and that had now passed down through the family to him. Neglected, falling to bits, in fact, like the clothes on his back. Never mind that. Like his actual physical body felt. It had been a long, tough day, and at the end of it, wishing he could stop himself but unable to, he'd driven to the bar. And now, he was finally heading home, along a track that looked unfamiliar and threatening. Would there be another note waiting today? Maybe he should get hold of some people.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?